great to see you. Happy September. We're starting at the very beginning this weekend at church. It's the beginning of Sunday school, and it's the beginning of returning to two services again on Sunday morning, if you would remember, 8:30 and 11 o'clock worship. This weekend it starts for the rest of the school year. And also, we're going back to the beginning of the Bible. In Genesis, we're going to hear from chapter 2, where it says, God made the earth and the heavens and formed human beings. And then God planted a garden in Eden. Living there with the animals were Adam, formed from the dust of the earth, and Eve, the mother of life. And in the garden, they had enough to be satisfied from trees that were beautiful and pleasant, that provided an abundance of food, enough for everyone, for these people and for all the animals that they shared this garden with. So we're also at the beginning of Hunger Action Month. That is September. I'm thinking about how there is still enough for everyone. And if you've ever been at the food pantry on Saturday morning, you have seen the abundance of food that flows through this building. You have felt the energy, the abundance of energy that the volunteers have who serve wholeheartedly. And you have heard the gratitude and felt the relief from our neighbors who come to us for groceries as they're just trying to make ends meet. But more than food for our bodies, we offer food for the spirit, because we share an abundance of kindness, an abundance of hope. We share that kindness and hope with volunteers, with community members, with St. John members, with people who come here for food, and people who come here to find their place and find their purpose. We're just all neighbors, working together, living together, despite our differences, despite our disagreements, despite voices of scarcity that try to tell us that there's not enough to go around, that there's not enough to share. Thank you for supporting this ministry that is a voice of kindness and hope and new beginnings for the people who come here in need of food, and for the people who come here to volunteer in need of purpose, in need of hope in this world. So this Hunger Action Month, I invite you to take action. Volunteer on a Wednesday, a Thursday, or Saturday. We got different shifts, different jobs to do for different abilities. So go to stjohnfood.org and click on serve, and you'll see a description of all the opportunities, and you'll see who else has signed up. Take action by saying a prayer, a special prayer for this ministry and all the people who are drawn here, all the people who feel stressed and stretched because of the economy, people who feel stressed and stretched and just need a place of peace, a place of kindness and of neighborliness. This Hunger Action Month, we can take action by giving a special offering to continue this vital work. And you can do that by going to stjohnfood.org and clicking on give, or you can go to the food pantry website. You can go to Tithely and you can select food pantry, and that will go towards the food pantry ministry that we have here at St. John. But another special thing I want to tell you about is that this month of September of 2024, for the first time, we are tithing 10% of what we receive for the food pantry. We're going to tithe it to the ELCA World Hunger Ministry, because they have been around for 50 years. Now, they look at hunger a little bit differently. So we're handing out food for people locally, so they get the food in their cupboards and food on their tables for their families. But World Hunger goes beyond that and addresses the root causes of hunger and poverty in the United States and around the world. They provide farm animals that produce eggs and milk and cheese and meat so that families can be supported, or they can trade these things at the market. They provide tools for farming to make that possible, and gardening. They provide safe cooking equipment and even microloans for small businesses to get started. All these things generate a future, a new beginning for families who just need that little bit to get started so that they can sustain themselves into the future. So I'm so grateful that we do this work here in our neighborhood, and then we rely upon ELCA World Hunger and that ministry to serve globally and really get to the root causes of the problems that make people in need of food, and when they see that their cupboards are scarce of food. So that is how we share God's abundance, because we believe that God provides enough for it all. We just need to share it so that everyone has what they need, because that is how we share the love of Christ, our mission statement. Peace be with you all. Have a great Hunger Action Month. See you at the food pantry. Check out my new shirt.